Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metals market update for this Monday, and we are now at just after 4 p.m. We just settled all the markets, and that's 4:01 p.m. Central Daylight Time on this Monday, the 12th of March, 2018. I know you're going to want to know, did I do it? And yes, my gold report is written, and I have covered in it price counts. I have covered seasonality. I brought them back into the report, give you an idea what we look like now going out into the late April time frame, but I really hone it in on long-term seasonals with the help of more research and, of course, my regular analysis as to where the market's at, but we'll get to that in a minute. Suffice to say, the stock market pretty flat today with the exception of the NASDAQ and the Russell, the two strongest of the indices. Gold, silver, lower. Even copper down, platinum down, with the dollar down. It was like one of these days where you just didn't know which way the market was going. When I take a look at a weekly area chart of closes, I'm still going to say it's in an up thrust. It hasn't broken through a previous low, and prices are staying over that 18-week moving average of closes. But the 1310 level is becoming very important. As you take a look at a daily area chart of just closes, I'm going to call it in a down thrust. And you're going to say, why? And I'm saying, because you're under that all-important 18-day moving average of closes. And the market's got a pattern here of a break, a small rally, and now a lower and low. So I'm comfortable that that's in a down thrust. When we take a look at the current price, you can make a couple of arguments here. You can argue that you had different legs, extended, back up, came down, and now you're pausing out in the chart. And when I go and I take a look at the chart, what can turn this bearish is taking out this low of 1312.20. Could I argue that the market right now is in an uptrend? And looking at this, I could. There's so many possibilities. I could argue that this is an arrow should be pointing up here and here, that the swing line is up because I got the higher highs. I'll make that argument and actually say this arrow should have been there. I think I should have replaced it. I just noticed it, and I do these charts just before the show. If you break again, the 100-day average at 1307 is important. If you rally, the resistance at 1330 is important. The Bollinger Band's 1302.70. Now, the first time we broke down, we didn't quite hit that Bollinger Band. We got to the 100-day, threw ourselves up. But what does turn the market bearish, and the reason I'm leaning into the bear camp, is only because the market is closed under the 18-day moving average of closes. And if you take out this 1313 level, you will end up with lower highs, lower lows. That's the only reason. On the bull side, I will flip-flop. Remember what I said. I really think that arrow's here. Close over 1330.20, and for the moment, I'd be bullish. In other words, you can go either way. It's really that simple, and momentum's useless. It's just sort of pointing here sideways in the 36-39 level. In the GLD, you have a market with a lower low and a higher high. There is no trend. The bias is down because you're under the 18-day average. Momentum's trying to push higher. I didn't get the GDX in there today. Sorry, folks. In the gold-silver ratio, I've now changed it. I had a triangle pattern, if you'll remember, but I'm more comfortable that the market's doing this now. It's got a resistance point. It's backed away from the mid-80s, the low 80s, under 81, let's call it 80.5, back down about a point from there. It doesn't tell me much yet. In the silver, you're sort of stuck right at this 18-day average of closes every day. You're not going anywhere here. What the market's been doing is staying under that number to keep downside bias. I don't see a pattern that makes any sense, and momentum pretty flat, not doing anything. In the copper market, you have a pretty clear pattern of a higher high and a lower low. You went down on Friday, challenged the lower Bollinger Band, got a bounce today, but didn't go anywhere. What bothers me about copper is that this market knows that there's tariffs coming. What are the rules from them, and what's it going to do to countries that produce so many goods, and if they find tariffs on them, where does that carry it? And I think that's what's holding the copper up, well, back from advancing at all right now. In fact, I think that's what's hurting markets. Traders are not fools. They realize that while everything's calm right now and you didn't see much over the weekend, everybody's scrambling to know how they get an exemption on the tariff, and we don't even know what the rules are. Very, very difficult situation. In the platinum market, you're in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, under the 18-day average, oversold. Notice how you don't have both numbers under 20. It's just an oversold condition. In the palladium, you had another reversal today. You've got the lower highs, got them, even here, lower low. If we take a look at these numbers, both numbers in the slow stochastic finished under 20 today. Both were not there on Friday. It's just an oversold condition. When I come to the dollar index, I can argue lower highs and lower lows. I'm comfortable there, but you closed over the 18-day average. So the bias is up while the trend is down. They cancel each other, and momentum is trying to drop. And that's where you're left on it. So if you'd like to get my gold report, the way to get it, pretty simple. Call my staff. Make sure you're on our mailing list. It's going to cover the daily chart, it's going to cover the price counts, and it's going to cover seasonality. If you sign up for our futures kit, it's also part of that, or anything you sign up for on the website. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.